To truly appreciate this coin, one must first understand its origin. Denmark in the 1980s was a country balancing tradition and modernity. A welfare state with deep roots in seafaring history, literature, folk music, and craftsmanship. It was also a nation navigating the currents of globalization, technology, and political change. The monarchy persisted, constitutional and symbolic, while the people engaged with the modern world. The social fabric was shaped by egalitarian ideals. The aesthetic sensibility favored modesty and functionality. In such a context, even a simple coin becomes a reflection of national identity. Carries symbols, values, artistry, language. The 25 or denomination holds a comfortable place in Danish coinage. Or, the subdivision of the krone speaks of small value in a material sense, yet coins of small denomination often bear symbolism out of proportion to their financial worth. They are everyday objects, exchanged in daily life. For fare on a bus, for bread, for milk. And in that exchange, for those who stop to look, they become pieces of history, reminders of economies, governments, designs, and the passage of time. In 1986, Denmark produced a 25 or coin that in many ways captures both continuity and change. The design reflects long-standing Danish numismatic traditions. Clean line work, restrained ornamentation, a harmonious balance between form and function. The obverse side bears the profile of the monarch at the time, Queen Margrethe II, with her crown, her features serene. The artistry is not ostentatious. It is precise, dignified. The lettering encircling her portrait indicates her name, her title, and the date. The reverse side features a stylized motif, often with a crown or Danish emblem, perhaps waves or other design elements that tie to national symbolism. The coin's rim is smooth or slightly reeded, the edge sometimes milled, depending on the specific minting. The metal composition, the diameter, the weight, they all adhere to the standards of that era, intended for durability and circulation while preserving legibility and design over many years of handling. One must consider the material from which the coin is made. Many coins of that period are no longer minted in precious metals but rather in cupronickel or similar alloys. They resist corrosion, retain shape, but also tarnish, scratch, and show signs of wear. Over decades, a coin like the 1986 Denmark 25 or will accumulate tiny scratches, perhaps small dings around the edges, slight fading on the highest relief surfaces. But these marks tell stories. Perhaps one coin carried children's allowance, or changes from purchases made at a bakery, or passed among travelers. These imperfections, subtle and unique, become part of the coin's character and appeal to collectors who value provenance and uniqueness as much as mint condition. Collectors seeking this coin look for certain signs: sharpness of detail in the portrait, clarity of the lettering, minimal wear on the high points such as the crown, cheek, or hair of the monarch. On the reverse, relief should be intact, edges crisp, and the surfaces not overly worn or pitted. One inspects for strikes, how well the design was pressed into the metal, edges for any irregularities, color and luster for signs of oxidation or cleaning. A coin that has been cleaned harshly often loses the softer patina that gives it depth. Collectors often prefer coins that show natural toning, subtle variations in shade, as opposed to bright, shiny surfaces that may indicate overpolishing. In studying this 1986 coin, one also considers its mintage, the number produced, and how many remain in what condition. The higher the original mintage, the more likely large numbers remain, yet condition always winnows the field. Very fine, extremely fine, uncirculated, each grade divides survival. The market for Scandinavian coins often values pieces from the mid-20th century onward that are in choice condition, with eye appeal, with minimal damage. A 1986 coin in uncirculated or mint state will command far more interest than one heavily worn or with significant damage or discoloration. Provenance can add weight. If the coin comes from a well-documented collection, or it has been displayed, perhaps graded by a recognized numismatic authority, that history increases confidence in authenticity and condition. For experienced collectors, a coin with clear provenance is more desirable, lessening risk of counterfeits or misrepresentation. Beyond the physical, there is emotional and aesthetic appeal. Imagine the quiet weight in your palm, the ring of metal when dropped onto a tabletop, the feel of raised design under fingertip, and the knowledge that in 1986 people used it every day, perhaps to buy groceries, to pay for transportation, for small purchases, for conversations. In those small transactions it passed from hand to hand, each time carrying with it a sense of normalcy, utility. Decades later, that coin has outlived many of its contemporaries, survived encounters with moisture, mishandling, loss, travel, storage. Seeing one in fair or better condition is witnessing a survivor. Collectors often seek coins like this not only for rarity but for stories. Perhaps someone found a coin from 1986 among a family keepsake, or inherited a collection where this coin has been stored in a box of mixed change. Hunting such coins, determining condition, comparing strike quality, assessing patina, researching mint records, these are all parts of the joy of numismatics. The more one learns about the coin's weight, diameter, alloy content, variations in dye used, mint marks, the more one appreciates subtleties. Maybe a variant exists with a slightly different dye, or a rare error in minting that shows doubling or slight misalignment. Denmark coins sometimes feature monograms, crowns, waves, heraldic lions, or other Danish symbols. In the 25 or of that era, the crown and the lettering interact to create a circular balance. The portrait is central, balanced by negative space, by relief height, by fine details in hair or crown ornamentation. The level of artistry may not match that of ancient coins or folklore-themed collector coins, but there is a beauty in what is functional, in what was made to be used in daily life, yet still reflects a national identity and artistic tradition. In examining market interest, one sees that modest coins like the 25 or attract both beginner collectors, looking for affordable pieces from countries other than their own, and more advanced collectors who seek complete series or coins in top condition. Because small denomination coins often are less premium initially, many were lost or discarded, making good condition examples more scarce now. Demand